Well, it's time to press play once again on the 2022-23 New South Wales State Championships here at Fig Tree Sports. We're coming to you this morning with the mixed pairs, round one. Angela Platt and Brett Hughes from NBC Sports at Northmead. They're playing Dewson and Dustyn Allen from Wollongong. Joining me in commentary once again, Mr. Two Shoes himself, Benny Crickstolitis.
I've got to turn my speaker up. That's a good start. Good morning, everyone, and just another fabulous day here at Figgy. It was beautiful driving in again. We've got two very interesting teams. I'm not going to lie. Brett Hughes is an old mate of mine, so I'm glad to be able to commentate on him. I won't be too critical. I won't be too mean. And I've just been up to meet the couple from Wollongong, who are a grandmother and so Kay's
Dusty's grandma.
So, and they're nervous as anything about the TV. So everyone in Wollongong, jump on, give them some support, and let them know you're here because they are good people, and we're glad to have them here. It's going to be a good day.
Could be a little bit windy at times, apparently.
Philip Lubke, our good on you, Dorothy Dewson. Sorry, I just Philip Lubke watching from Silverdale again. Always here. He's great. Okay, and Dustyn, yeah. Look, we've got one interesting thing is that I went up there. Look, there's three sets of Henselite XGs. The only different ones being Brett Hughes's Redline SRs. They're the white bowls there. The Kay's using a set of bowls that have a little dragon logo on them, and it's because her son-in-law Peter calls her the old dragon. So she got one with the dragon logo because she just leaned into it, and I think that's great. So what's the format today, mate?
3 bowl pairs, 18 ends, time limited to 2 hours and 15. So the trial end will actually finish, and they'll just wait for the signal to start.
That's right, little buzzer. They do have a clock. It's over near the cabana at the back there, in the shade, so everyone can see it. All 3 greens in use today. 2 representative from each zone, I believe. Is that right?
No, not quite. 32 qualifiers from around the state based on entries. We did make sure we had someone from all areas, but allocated as per entry numbers.
Nice. Jason Pinnock saying, "Go Cyril." Yeah, Cyril being one is Brett Hughes' nickname, and he's a well-known face in lawn bowls around the place at the moment.
You would have seen Kate jump on the mat, almost deliver the jack, and, no, I've just got to wait for the start time. Got to wait for Lee to ring his bell.
Sorry, Maylene there saying, "Go Angie, Bubs and Brett." Yep, I forgot to mention Angie. She's a lovely lady. Another one who's a bit nervous about the TV rink as well. I have asked them to play up a little bit to the cameras because this is sport and it's entertaining. Next door, we've got the Engadine. Anne's back.
Again,
she's non-stop. People said that we get Karen Murphy on here a lot. I think Anne's just non-stop won everything, getting to finals and sitting there to the right. So the second rink in use on this green today is to the right-hand side, playing against a couple from Lithgow who, interestingly, know my in-laws. So that's interesting for me. When I was there, a combination from Club Lithgow and Lithgow Workies, and I wrote their names down, but I've lost the page. Oh, there they are, Ian Townsend and Leslie Townsend. Is that right?
Yep,
there they are. And it says they're both from Club Lithgow, but they're actually from clubs from the opposite side of town. Usually hard enemies, those two clubs. But I had my wedding reception at Lithgow Workies back in the day, 25 years ago. And it was cold then. I bet it's cold up in Lithgow right now.
It's always cold in Lithgow.
It's always cold. It gets hot in the summertime, yeah, but not for long, for about 2 weeks. But it's 7 degrees in Lithgow, and after a low of about 1. I can do without that. So yeah, Ange there. She's using the yellow XGs. Brett with the white ones, the SRs. Dusty's got the orange ones with the purple running surface. And on the far right, the Dragon Bowls of K. Morning, yeah. Now Lee's up there making the announcement now. He's standing near the cabana. You can see right in the middle of everyone, getting everyone ready to go. Oh, they've started now. There goes the Jack. In 2 hours 15. I don't think we'll get there in 18N pairs, 3-bowl pairs.
Look, we shouldn't. We found in the over 40s with the 2 hours 15 time limit that we were well and truly finished ahead of time because there's a respot in place. I'm hesitant to say no dead ends because it's not factually correct.
Yeah, technically correct is the best kind of correct, right?
Yeah, look, if the Jack is put out of bounds or bounces to a distance of less than 18 metres or passes completely over the face of the bank, all those ways that would normally make a dead end, the end is not dead, but the Jack is re-spotted at the 2 metre mark.
So Angela Platt there, she's got an interesting lineup. What she does is she stands one-handed, a one-handed Gary Kelly move. She'll stand there and line the bowl up straight down the line and then turn her body to the angle where she thinks she needs to throw it and then deliver it. It's one of the more unique things I've ever seen. I saw it because she was here for something else. I wish I could remember with Maylene in the fours, I think. Yeah, and did the same thing. It was really interesting. Dusty shadow just right over the bowls there, but great shot there by Kay. Good start. Is Anne Lilly watching from Dunedin in New Zealand? Our when it's good to see internationals online straight away. Phil Hubkey saying he must have missed those 2 weeks in Lithgow when it was warm. Yeah, look, mate.
2 minutes.
Trying to be nice. It's
well, we've got Kay Moran, who's trained by Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah,
and I think Angela's trained by the Daleks.
Oh, I like that. I like the lineup. I think it's interesting. It's
all in good fun.
Yeah, all in good fun. Look, this is a good fun competition. Actually, I love 3-bowl pairs myself. I love the speed of the game. It's really good. But look, good lead bowl starting here. But watch this. And turns, then delivers. Whatever works, then that works. Look, she's put one on, one behind, and this one's about to drop pretty close to Jack as well. Well, will it take it? In fact, there it is. Clean on Jack. Give her the absolute credit. Oh, Mary Speece from Laguna Beach in California. And thanks, Barb Green. I finally got to meet Barb Green yesterday. So an afternoon off for us yesterday. We come back really nice and refreshed, I think. All of us.
It might have been my ankle squeaking.
I was going to say I'm hearing things around us down here. It's a 11th day down in the... 12th day now, down in the bunker. So more about this competition as Dusty down there pushes Anne's outside one out. We're playing 3 games today, 3 games and 3 games tomorrow to get through the sections and the finals. Brett's standing there just getting some instructions from Anne. And then that's it. That ends the state championships. And then we're off to the test series down at over at Warilla, not far from here.
We get a whole 2 days break.
Yeah, that's right. Tom Rich is on the line. G'day, mate. Hello, Tim Thorning too. I heard it looks like he's online. I haven't looked at the list yet. But oh yeah. Well, that's a pretty good shot by Cyril. A pretty accomplished bowler. Actually, I think he just won his club major pairs, or he's in the final at least at his new club. Greg G saying go Angie and Cyril the little cutie. Yeah. Dusty, we spoke about his he's a good bloke and a really polite young man. He's going to just clobber Brett there. Look, they've got it surrounded. Anne's looking a bit lonely in the middle there. Brett will want to double that up at least. But yeah, he's a good bloke. There were really nice shirts out at Weaver. I like that chevron symbol. He's got a teenage mustache. He's just turned 18, I think. The young man. So we're all just running through a little bit. He's going to come down and have a look, Dusty. So once again, you'll see the scores clicking through on the bottom right as our volunteers run around and do the testing for us. Doing the filling in. They doing this diligently. There's a lot of scores. A lot of scores around. A lot of rinks in play. And Seymour saying a 2-day break. We won't know what to do with ourselves.
Oh, I get to play my club pairs on Wednesday. Because can't play it on the playoff forfeit date because we're working. And our opponents very kindly agreed to play us a couple of days early. And into the office on Thursday to get all the gear for the weekend.
Dusty just missed that one. Yeah, that's right. You've got to pick up the uniforms and the trophies and everything. Good question, Tim. Tim Kovacs just asking, how come some teams have two clubs? Does this one not need to be played with two people from the same club?
No, they don't.
There you go.
There are two events on our calendar where your pairs team are not required to be from the same club. And they are the mixed pairs and the rookies. And it's a single to NBC to begin our round one clash.
All right. One. Oh, geez, I better pull up the score chart, otherwise I'll get in trouble. Not that one. It's all right. Legend that he's Andrew Lynn's all over it.
Oh, I've just been checking everything this morning to try and get the settings right. And then I'm fiddling around here like a chook trying to get every camera on the right spot for this end. And because we're playing mixed pairs and they can be from different clubs, that's why we've got both names on the scores this time. And we've got mixed pairs above the bottom scoreboard for every game because unlike every other day, we only got one event in progress right now.
Yeah. Which is lovely. I've just noticed that Jody Hughes is online. Hi, mate. I'm glad you're here watching Brett. That's Brett's beautiful partner.
Just making sure you don't say anything unkind about Brett.
I wouldn't do that, would I?
I would.
She's she's they've got a beautiful young family. Actually, they're good people, the Hughes family.
Oh, it's a pretty good start from Kay. Yeah. She's got one just short and one through.
Yeah, Angela in a pretty good position there too, actually, for a draw. This really unique lineup. Well, it is actually a really good setup for NBC. Right there, and there's cover at the back as well. So good leading. It's not always all about getting shot. It's sometimes about the setup. So another shot here. I'm so used to watching two bowls go down before they swap. Nearly called that then. But Kay with her on her backhand.
Ideally, she'll get down to the two bowls behind there. And, wow, she's just going to be a little on the narrow side. It's a good home.
Yeah, look.
But it hasn't covered up that opportunity for Brett. He can play his forehand just over the draw, or he can play with confident draw that he gets a tickle on that jack, he can make a treble. You just like Brett because he uses white bowls. One of those.
Come on.
Those lairds who use white bowls.
I actually found out this morning to use white bowls. I had no idea. I've never actually played bowls with or near him. So just a mate from my old job. Dusty here doesn't mess around on the mat at all. Just lines up from the back, steps, delivers like some of the bigger players. I've seen Ryan Bester does exactly the same thing. Kay really asking that to slow down. Oh, it's 3 there now. At the back.
What Brett needs to make, he needs contact, but doesn't want to get a slice. No dew this morning either, so our speed of the green should be pretty good.
Yeah, look, they're doing. They've done well again. The greenkeepers here. This green, it's holding up. I went out and had yesterday afternoon after everyone had finished, and they played a club championship here yesterday afternoon too. They're triples, I think. I went up and had a look and just to look for any wear patches. There are a couple coming through, probably right about where the ladies are standing now on this end, not so much on the other end, but holding up remarkably well. Absolute credit to the team looking after this. I actually can't speak highly enough about them. Sean obviously being nominated for, as we mentioned yesterday, for Greenkeeper of the Year. Oh, just kick down across there. Let's have a look. 1 down for Wee War. So 1 up for the NBC team. They're having another... Yep, 1 it is after a close look. Yeah, but you can see this end is... on this camera, it's a lot greener. I think because the shadow hangs around on it first thing in the morning, it keeps moisture in it a bit better. The other side dries out quite quickly where the sun comes in, and especially with the amount of wear it's getting. And on top of that, that's where all the players step off straight onto the green, so that then cops it a fair bit.
I went and had a quick roll up yesterday with the Albatross in preparation for our club pairs. I was swinging like a rusty gate, I think. But one thing I noticed is just how dry everything is.
Mm-hmm.
So guys here have done really well to keep that little bit of green colour in these greens.
I was getting a bit scary again as we approach another El Nino. Hottest July ever. Is about to end. Since records are kept, and then we've got another. We've got our summer coming, so it's going to be pretty big. It's going to be dry for a while. These guys have got a lot of work to do. Oh, touch it there from the old Dragon. Thank you, Peter, for that nickname. I hope you're watching back at Wee War. I say that with great affection. She's a lovely lady, Kay. Dustyn pushing through again. A couple of bowls back, which is good. She's got the weight pretty well. Angela Platt. Wants to slow down a bit, just rushing through a little bit. I didn't ask when these guys left. I assume they came down last night. It's a long way from here to Weewar, isn't it?
It's a fair trip.
Great shot there. Angela Platt, so she's got one on the wing, one back, and one sitting right on the jack. Kay's got two back, which isn't a bad thing, but I think Dusty wouldn't mind seeing one a bit closer. Deb Shaw saying, go Roosters. Which ones are the Roosters? That'd be NBC, wouldn't it?
It is.
The Chooks. Yep.
If it gets warm enough and they remove the jackets, we might see the chook on the back of the shirt.
I see it on the front, the little logo on the front's Chooks.
So just a reminder for everyone, if you started bowling after the 1st of April 2019 and you haven't already played in 2 years' worth of rookies, entries now open for the rookie singles. You'll find all the details on the Bowls New South Wales website. That's bowlsnsw.com.au.
Mason, it must be cold for Edge wearing your jacket. I wouldn't have said so. I don't think it's cold at all there. It's outside. I came in wondering whether I should have my jacket on.
It's breeze had a little bit of an edge on it this morning, but
here comes Dusty. This is a pretty good shot. Oh, a little touch just moved it over, but they're probably a good target for an arriving draw, I'd say. A foot long or a couple of feet extra to move something around without risking your shot too much. But that's a fantastic shot by young Dusty. And Brett Hughes looking to move that through, I'd suggest, or Jack. He's got one of them, and it's the Jack, and he's kicked that through maybe for two at the back there now. Kay saying that's where Jack High is, but I think Dusty might be looking for a forehand. He's a right-hand, excuse me, a backhand run onto his own. And that's what he's asking her about. Onto his own or kick Jack back through to Kay's bowls here on the left. Cindy Neal saying go wee wide. That's close. That's made it a lot better. Probably second. Well, I'd say that's second shot now. Cyril still holds the first shot with his with his front one. I think he's talking about I think he'd be looking at the same shot. He's got two in the head now. Not a lot of risk. I reckon he can crack into his front one and jump through. It's a bit strange this morning. Andrew, I was up in the club asking see if anyone wanted to come down on the commentary and help us out, but everyone up there was playing. So there's a huge crowd in the club, but I couldn't get a single extra commentator because they... he's gone in narrow. So that's another one to NBC. Doing it by ones at the moment.
Well, it is Monday.
It is Monday, yeah, you're right.
I did have to check what day it was before I went to bed this morning.
You reminded me of it this morning. Started noticing because all the people in the office were sending us messages. Peter Thornton says, only two good things come out of Leeton. Cyril and Andrew Howie. Both out of Leeton. I didn't know that. Andrew Howie, the great event organiser for Bowls Australia. He's actually amazing at it. Nothing bad to say about Andrew Howie. I tell you what, mate, Angela Platt here really setting up each head. First bowl just dropping straight onto Jack there again. She's dialed it in very quickly. But a good match up there by Kate.
Could also be a lawn sprinkler starting up.
Trying to find a way to do it. A way to sort of explain that, I guess. Make an analogy. Who else came out of Leeton? Linda Burney. Matthew Dunn is a Commonwealth Games gold medalist in swimming. Okay, just swinging that one out a bit wide, I think. Look, Angie's got two good ones there. Probably will look at one back. Mark Taylor came out of Leeton. Famous cricketer. And Henry Lawson lived there for 2 years as well. Oof. And that's three really good bowls by Ange, but huge target. I'm sure Dusty's no slouch on a run. He's got that look about him, I think. Wouldn't mind having a crack. Timmy Kovac's asking what's the best in the TAB closest to the Jack comp. The answer is I don't know. I haven't seen them this morning. I'd normally go and ask if they're around, but yeah, they'll be there. We've got the crab here offering to come and help commentate if you want, mate. Come on up. I'll get you to sign the little contract that says you're not allowed to say naughty words, and we'll see how we go. High fives there from Brett Hughes to Angie, and well deserved. John James Comwell from Darien Island. John James, that rings a bell. Someone's name. I heard this interesting fact about the name John James the other day.
Cyril's pretty well down there. Perfect line. Just needs another metre or so. It'd be a bit of a nuisance bowl though. Block a few of the Jack. Dusty playing the forehand here. He got the bowl to sit on. He's just going to run through. I imagine this green would be running quite well. Be quite hard underfoot with all the traffic it's had on it. And that one counts from what Kay signalled then.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he's playing the harder. He's probably playing the easier hand to get the shot, but the harder one to actually play it to get the shot. Got to be on track here and get that bowl flush. Oof. And that's the danger. just felt on the other hand he had more chance to stop and cut them down.
Well, it's definitely there now on that other hand, even more so, I'd suggest. He's got one left, and depending on what Brett Hughes does here, that's where I'd be going to. Dave English just jumping on the line, another mate of Brett's, I think. Yeah, Matty Blackburn saying the NBC team will take some beating. They both can play, yeah. Not wrong, but these Weewar guys can play as well, so we'll see. I'm hoping for a really good game. Been singles so far, so indicates a close one. And I've just figured out what John James is, Andrew, and one that keeps ringing a bell, because that's Rambo. John Rambo's real name is John James. That's what. So I read an article about character names all starting with J in movies: John Wick, James Bond, John McClane, Jack Bauer, Jason Bourne. And that's what he's done. He's changed hands, hoping to hook in now. Oh, that's fantastic. There you go. That's how you rescue an end from a big multiple.
Probably only one.
I'd say one.
I'll have a look at the side one. One.
Another one.
Cut 4 out, I think. Sounds good anyway.
So lining up again, you can see the... I can't tell you how warm it is looking next door, because I've noticed the Lithgow people have taken their jackets off. And that means nothing. It was Ian Townsend who told me that it was absolute paradise down here for him at the moment, as he's walking around in shorts and a t-shirt.
Well, according to my weather app, when I left home it was 17 degrees. But the feels like was 6.1.
Oh, fair enough. No, we didn't have that. I didn't look at it, actually. I should have.
It was nice and warm inside, and I thought, oh, is it a shorts day? I saw it feels like 6.1 and thought, no, it's not.
We'll point out for any of the parents, grandparents, or students themselves watching, or anything like that are about to head into the Year 12 mock exams, or trial exams as they're called. Mocks in WA we used to call them. But good luck to everyone involved in that. Most of you won't need luck. You know it. You're going to be awesome.
I sort of remember doing those.
Yeah, I remember them. I remember being terrified in the lead up, and I regret being terrified. It turned out to be not that big a deal. Yeah, Barb Green asking where Divey is. If he turns up, I'll sit him next to me, but I haven't seen him for a while. Well, Kay's done well here. One on, one back. And her usual self as well. One on, one back on the wing.
Divey's probably somewhere doing his mouth exercises to get that hum thing out of his mouth more eloquently. No, I'm not saying the full word. That's his.
That's his. Sorry, my apologies.
I said that hum thing.
And it's just running through a little bit. Won't be wasted.
That's a pretty good start, really.
Yeah. Well, it is. Both ladies at the moment. One more to come from Kate. Score for Austinville and Nambucca. Mate, they're up. You'll see this from Helen there. You'll see the scores coming up on the bottom right-hand side as they go through every 8 seconds for each one. And the diligent volunteers we have filling those out will look after you there. And sure that score will come up shortly. So as we said, a good start. I think Ange still has it on the left there, just behind Jack. As Andrew jumps up to sort our cups of tea out. I think we left him steeping a bit long, mate, did we? And they're going a bit cold, but that's what microwaves are for. I'll tell you a fun fact about water in a microwave one day too, if I need to fill some time. And if you're feeling particularly receptive of that, well done, Cyril.
Super hit it and make it boil over by dropping the tea in.
That's it. Talk about activated atoms. So here comes Dusty down his forehand, looking to rest on or sit around Ange. Coming down with a bit of a wobble on it, on that shot. He will have the shot there on that side. It didn't quite get all the way to Ange as well, but yeah, maybe these greens a little quicker than he's used to. On the shorter hands, he's delivered with a little bit of a wobble. Not so much for Brett. Does like to pose a bit. Brett Hughes at the head. Likes to stand very still, statuesque like. Or statuesque. Dusty on his back on that forehand again. No wobble this time. No sign of it. Oh, I'm wrong. Maybe it's the stickers. But coming around, ducking under his grandmother's bowl there. And onto Jack. Little touch. And that is the shot. Stealing it from Brett Hughes. Fantastic play there, Dusty. They wouldn't mind a score at the moment. These 8-end games, they shoot through pretty quickly, mate. And Brett's going to come and have a look. While he's doing that, I've just noticed my good mate Don McKenzie on the line. I haven't seen you in a while, buddy, so thanks for coming and watching. A really good bowler, Don McKenzie. Peter Case saying statuesque. Yeah, why not? He was standing still. That's what statues do.
I thought it was Michelangelo's David.
Oh, yes, quite. There it is. He's into it. Here it comes. I think he's going to duck under. I think he's actually going to run into K here. Not in a... Didn't really disturb the head. There's still a shot there very much for Dusty on the left-hand side. Pretty close there by Cyril, looking for a little run.
Yeah, probably doesn't want to be too adventurous.
Yeah, not too enthusiastic. Exactly right.
Yeah, might be tempted going for the Saturday afternoon chook to play a run to try and punch your own green one onto the white and score a multiple, but in this sort of competition, I think
it's a bit more important.
No, we're just
nothing better than a dead chook on a Sunday morning. Or here comes Dusty around there. Might get a little slide off Cyril. Hasn't. Hit it a bit square. Let's have a look what they do.
Must admit, I haven't played for a dead chook for a long, long time. Out of favour at my club.
It's the nursery. I love them. I love a chook run. You tend to get like butcher's vouchers or things these days. Actually, I think about it.
Yeah, Christmas time, the club will bring out the hams and legs of pork, and most of the time it's just a nice little voucher for the club. Valid at local butchers as well.
Speaking of Andrew Howie just jumped on the line. G'day, mate. As I said, one of the great sports event organisers going around. So, but there you go. We was off zero on the board with a 1.
He's probably just checking here because he wants me to send him our list of winners.
That's right.
That's in. It is coming, Andrew.
Hurry up.
Also checking to see about transport arrangements because we've got some of our stateside qualified for nationals.
That's it. Everyone heading over there. How did Brett get his nickname Cyril? Now, I have asked this, but I've completely forgotten the story. Do you remember?
No.
All right, I'm going to have to look it back up.
Never been told.
I can't remember. I'm sorry. Michael, I asked. I got told. Darren Morrison told me all the story, but I just can't remember what it was, so I'll find out. Barb asking what green Kate Walker and Dave Axon are playing on. I'm not entirely sure, actually. Let's have a look.
One of the other two.
That's a good point. Thank you.
Can actually find out off our Kate Axe. They are on rink number 11.
Which is the first green, I think, isn't it?
So they'll be
Second.
not on the green to the left of our vision at the moment. They'll be on the green we can see at the back.
Yeah, the far one, which is green 3, I think they call that one.
2.
So green 2, sorry, up near the cabana.
So green 1 is rinks 1 to 7,
Right.
green 2, 8 to...
Jody, Brett's wife there just saying no. It's not a PG story, so we won't go into that on the on our family show.
Engadine's taken control in the match next door by the looks of that, 12-6.
Oh, Kay didn't like that one.
He saw a little shake of the hands. That's generally an indication that the person thinks they haven't
Which
quite
is
got it right.
Really funny because watch this.
Either that or she was excited.
She wrote that off and it's just dropped next to Jack for the shot. Well done. I like that. Peter Kay saying, ask Howie. I think we'll just leave it there, I think. Ange matching her up. She wouldn't be disappointed with that one. Okay, you just have to throw another bad one, mate, apparently.
There's some great stories about how people get their nicknames. I heard about a bloke who worked on the roads and constructions, and his nickname was Wicket Keeper, because they reckon he put on the gloves and stood well back.
I like that. I had my old Navy mates will know. I've had friends that I've known for 20 years that wouldn't know my first name. When I first joined the Navy, they called me Cricket. And I had that nickname for 21, 22 years. I've still got, like I said, I've still got friends that if I hear cricket yelled out somewhere, I know they're talking to me. It's an old Navy guy.
Oh, look, I played cricket with some guys who'd played cricket together for 15 years, and a fellow walked in and said, "Oh, has anyone seen?" They said his proper name, and they all looked at him, "Don't know who you mean." And then it was like, "Oh, there he is. He's come back out of the loo." I was like, "Oh, you mean Roundy?"
Yeah, that's it. Dorothy Dewson just saying, obviously knows her well. No, if Kay does that little handshake, it's usually it's a good bowl, but she doesn't like it, and that's there you go. Look, pretty good head again. These leads are playing pretty well. I'm impressed. Ange, I think, has just got a little bit over Kay at the moment, but they haven't really been short. They've always been there or thereabouts. It's really good to see.
Did hear of a bloke who was supposedly his nickname was Potholes when he bowled, because all of his bowls were short and in the road.
Always a short and in the road. Yeah. Oh, Dusty just missing there. Now Brett's taken off the vest.
Let's see if they've still got the shirts with the big chook on the back.
Riding around, looking at Mays. Doesn't want to clock it too hard, and I think he has. He's hit it pretty hard. He's run through, but what do you reckon? Yeah, rolling over. That's the shot now, without a doubt. But Jack is exposed. And hey, Sandra Bruce, good to see you again.
You can put in the comments your best little sayings about bowls. Like Albatross and I'll say that, mate. That one's a postcard. But I'll go, what are you talking about? He's 6 foot short. Yeah, wish you were here.
That's it. So give it PG, please, though.
Definitely.
Around comes Dusty, looking for a shot. It's not quite going to stop. Getting that really characteristic glare off the bowls there. They're almost glowing in that sun. It is beautiful out there again.
Another day where I said I must be a general. They looked at me stupid. Why is that? I said every time I delivered, my mate saluted me. And they looked at me stupid again. I was like, well, he put his hand level and put it up at about forehead height.
Yep.
So that means you're about 2 metres short most of the time. Yep.
But I think Brett's got a couple there now with that front one and the side one, and Dusty having a good look. He's got a couple options. The dead draw around the outside. There's still definitely enough room there, and then another one on the other hand to push him, promote himself if he chooses. But he looks like he's asking for the outside. That's it. So Nathan Bazant saying made another good one that they say about Dave Badger down south. Couldn't hit the barn if he was inside it.
Wow. Just going to run through.
Just a little quick. That was all. Line, again, really good. No chook on the back of that shirt. It's on the front.
Yeah, they're the newer ones.
Yeah, I saw May wearing one of those. Maylene wearing one of those yesterday or during the week. She was here for 2 competitions.
They're a different design around the neck, those ones as well. Not your usual placket and buttons by the looks of it.
Yeah. Well, it's not the 1950s anymore. It's we move away from the traditional collars and things like that. Not even the 1980s anymore.
I've got to say, I actually like the collar on the ball shirt because it keeps my neck from getting sunburned.
4. Maylene's saying 4. Yeah, you're right. 4 competitions. Sorry, mate.
Just got to hold on, Brett, for a bit longer to get that.
Oh, here he comes.
Little dance he does. Well, he's pumped his own bowl up.
I reckon he's got 3.
Got the 2 of them.
Sorry, Brian Wilston. That's classic. I like that very much. I don't know if I'm going to read it out, but it's not terrible. Maybe too soon. So that's 3 down. So 3 to NBC. And the one thing in this game you don't want is to let your opponent kick away because it's only 18 ends. May just pointing out that the Bubs or Ange has been in 4 competitions over the last fortnight, and this is her 5th. That's quite remarkable.
Singles? Pairs, triples, fours?
Yeah. Brian Wilston.
Oh, yeah.
It's too soon. So well done, Brett Hughes there. Yeah, those 3 bowls were his that counted.
Did hear someone comment on a fella rolling up one day? He said he was an Australian player with that sort of form, and I looked and went, "What?" It's definitely, a flag player. What do you mean? Bowling to the Southern Cross. One out there, one up there, one up there. Well, that would have been pretty good for me in my roll-up yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't get a hand on a bowl yesterday, sadly. I went and spent some time with the family. As I said, one of my daughters running for starting her exams today. So I'll be thinking about her a bit today and during the week. Mick DeBono said that the Rooster, oh, geez, don't do that. What's Dusty done there? Looks like he's trying to crack his own neck. That was
Didn't see it. Oh.
just watch it on the delay. Jeez. He just got 3 good ones there. Well, 1 really good one and 2 out wide, which I'd be happy with. Kay with good correction and sitting just in front. I think that's their most loose end I've seen, and yeah, I think they can, with 1 on each, I think they'll be happy. Kay has the best back. Some work to do from the skips. They do know how to play these lads. That Lithgow shirt in the background. It's a good-looking shirt, that one. One of my favourites. I've got one of those. And their 100-year anniversary shirt from a couple of years ago was a blue one with a steam train on the back from Zigzag Railway.
That's pretty fair.
And my father-in-law used to drive the trains up there at Zigzag, and he's actually on the shirt. So I've got my father-in-law on one of my shirts. He was driving the train in the photo they used. Big blue. And just reopening too, actually, I think, Zigzag Railway.
Yeah.
After a hiatus.
They've had to rebuild several sections.
Well, it kept getting burnt down. It's a problem up there, up in at Central Points. Here's Dusty just looking through. That'll be shot. Nicely bowled there, Dusty. Lots of room on each side for a draw, and he's played that really nicely. I'll tell you something about unique about Zigzag Railway. My wife's grandfather, when he passed, was a long-time volunteer up there as well. Just watching Cyril come through. I think he's going to pull in a bit short, actually. Was cremated and his remains were in an urn, and he got his sons John to drive, his youngest son Michael to be the fireman, and a couple of the others in the train and around to run it, and they put his ashes through the train, the fire on the train, and shot him up through the stack, and running through, oh geez, I can't even think of what it's called up there. Not Top Points, up there anyway, but it was a different way to go. One I haven't seen before, and they put a plaque on the stone cliffs. Yeah, 2 good shots there by Dusty.
Yeah, the Heritage Rail runs through our sponsor area as well. The City of Wollongong, the Cockatoo Run comes through here.
Oh, yeah.
Often pulled by the famous 3801 engine.
And Brett looks a little narrow here. Might be looking for a little edge. He's not going to get there. In fact, promoted K, so maybe a 3-on offer here for Dusty. He's played 2 really good draw shots down that side. He may as well just go for another.
If they count, certainly.
He's running short, as so often with these last bowls do. They get in your head a bit and you want to play nice and safe. So I'm going to run with, I think it looks like 3. 1, 2. Closer look at the third. Yeah. 3 it is. So immediate fire back from the Wee team, which is good. And keeps it close, so 4 to 7 now after 7 ends. 11 ends to go. They've kept it tight, as is so important in this short format. So Dave Thomas asking what bowls they're using. Or well, the three of them, the 2 ladies at the top there, and Dusty are using Hanselite Dreamline XGs. Dusty's on a size 4, and the ladies, I think, Kay's on size 2, Angela has a size 3, and Brett Hughes using size 4 SRs, Taylor Redline SRs. They're the white bowls, or the white with the black speckle through them. Glenn Baxter, thanks, mate. That's a really nice thing to say. I appreciate the feedback there. We do our best. It's a real pleasure genuine pleasure to be able to bring this to you in the manner that we do. And look, we're absolutely blessed to be able to do this job as well. And not like it was back in the day. We've got the technology. Why not bring the bowls to the people? Oh, Angie, that's a great shot. That's the best starter. That's the one I like the best, just behind Jack. Tiny little target. Okay, just about to crash in her own, I think, but it has run through. It's a little closer than the last one, which will be handy, usable. There's that shirtless man pressing the play button on the logo again. Just driving past one of the beaches on the way in, they had waves that looked exactly like that too. Beautiful day for surfing this morning. If I was keen, I'd be out there. Man hiking without a water bottle. God bless him. Beautiful up there, though, in the mountains above Wollongong here.
Well, he might be just up at Mount Kira Lookout.
Kira, yeah.
Where you park. There is a nice windy road up to it. Beautiful scenic area. You look out over the entire coastline, right from nearly the airport down the coast.
All the 17 beaches of Wollongong, anyway.
I don't mean Shell Harbour Airport. I mean it's almost view up to Sydney, Mascot.
To Botany. Oh, she's kicked Jack across a little there, which may bring Kay's bowls into play. But Dusty will probably be looking at his backhand shot down towards those bowls now. Ella Cameron, bring it home, wee wah. Yep, indeed, Ella. Agreed. Love to see see a nice tight one at the end here.
A couple of nice lookouts actually over Wollongong and the entire city of Wollongong, including the suburbs. As you come down, you've got where Panorama House is at Below Tops, and there's another lookout just a bit further up as well, especially on a clear day or a clear evening. Fantastic spot to stop and take some photos. You've also got Hill 60 at Port Kembla, where the Marine Rescue is. Some old gun emplacements there.
Hill 60 is interesting. I've taken some really good photos out that way. It's a beautiful place if you can get in underground and into the... It's really quite scary under there, actually. Oh, look at this by Cyril. Careful. Oh, he's gone with it enough, I think. He's got one.
A few interesting places where the gun emplacements were up along Cliff Road in North Wollongong as well.
Carmen Plaza. Look, let's talk about Carmen Plaza for a second. You've become the talk of this place with your little pastries. I reckon you now need to start up a shop. We'll just set you up with a van at each of the tournaments now, and we can just try to make everyone as fat as possible.
You'll have a standing order from me to keep my mother-in-law happy.
Oh, just so good. Can make a pastry.
Dusty wants to get in off those. He's just going to get a little connection.
Oh dear, and probably push one of Angie's bowls in there. So 2 now to the NBC team.
He probably could afford now, if he's got one left, to be a little more aggressive at that. Mm-hmm. With the knowledge that he could, well, depends on who's got the spot. We've got to temper that aggression here because Jack out of bounds doesn't get re-rolled. It goes back at the tee. And you'll notice I say at the tee and not on the tee.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very good reason for that. On the tee implies that the middle of the tee is the centre of the jack, which is not the case. The jack should sit so that the cross of the tee is so the jack is on the ditch side of that.
That's it. So the front of the jack on the back of the tee, essentially.
Because that tee should be 2 metres from the ditch, and the distance from the mat line measured to the jack is what you measure. So it's that whole of the jack should actually be beyond the 2 metre mark, with just that tip touching the 2 metre mark.
Just put it out there. I don't think it's turning that much at the moment. That comes later. Yeah, not quite there. Wanted to play a little aggressive through Brett and Andrews, I think, but he's heading to the back now. Nathan Bazant saying he climbed Pigeon House Mountain once. Some time he got to the top, the fog came in. Pigeon House Mountain's an interesting one. That's down south near
Down the Ulladulla, yep.
and I've been up there a few times. It's a heck of a walk and a beautiful view, and the castle in the background for the hike is another place. But yeah, I've done it once where the fog came in. It's pretty, but you can't see anything, any of the views you want. Here comes Cyril, just playing that shot you asked for, and that looks now like four.
That's actually an extremely good bowl.
Yeah, 4 it is to the NBC team. So brilliant bowling there, Brett Hughes. And that is exactly what you spoke about, that heavier shot around the side. He had the all of the impetus to play it. He had the inclination and he had the accuracy. He's done well.
And we'll see it again. Just enough weight to be able to swing around that shorter bowl. Played it with confidence. Didn't want the jack. Didn't get the jack.
Oh, just thinking about that, because Brett works for Bowls Australia and was once my boss at Bowls Australia. But anyone here from Bowls Australia, I'll just point out that I'm now on top of the tipping competition again for the AFL, and West Coast had a win. So there you go.
Hang on, I just had to pick myself up off the floor. The side that got beaten by how many? Was it 200 and something points only a few weeks ago?
Didn't get 200, no. Never got that far, I don't think. But, yep, we had a win. We beat the Kangaroos yesterday. Celebrations all around the house. I was just had Bowls Australia in my head there because of Cyril, and just reminded me of that. So, exciting times. Need to visit Minamurra Headland, God's country. Yeah, Minamurra Headland is beautiful. I'd agree with you there, Anne.
Not as good as Wollongong City, though. Not this week, anyway.
Not this week. No, it's no. Look, 17 beaches, as the Lord Mayor said, and it is a magnificent place.
And if you want more information, jump on their website, visit wollongong.com.au.
And yeah, the scores down the bottom right are ticking over. We can't really dictate how fast they go around, but we'll do our best. The volunteers are doing really well down there.
I'll tell you what else Angela lining up reminds me of. The gun turret on a tank or a warship. Yeah. Lines up and then the whole thing moves.
5-inch gun, yeah, you're not wrong. It's almost exactly the way a 5-inch gun operates.
Download a sound effect.
You can just do it yourself, apparently.
Oh, once is enough.
You hear the... It's hard to emulate the big boom of a 5-inch gun. It goes through you. It shakes your whole body. It's amazing.
Well, if she drives, we'd definitely have to do that, I think. But, 3-bowl pairs, you're not going to see the leads play that many ultra-aggressive shots.
Dean Andrews, I'm wondering if I tipped... tipped Collingwood over Carlton over Collingwood. The answer is no. That's all right. So neither did anyone in our team, including Rowdy Arthur, who was a mad Carlton man, and he picked Collingwood as well. He only got one this week, one out of 8.
Oh, Brett, that looks to be a little on the high side. He was looking just to get down underneath, I'd imagine.
Yep. So the leads have done really well there again. Look at that little cluster of bowls behind Jack. Tough to beat Ange in that situation, but Cade doing very well.
Well, 10 ends to go. They're certainly not out of it, we were, but what they really need to do is make a good fist of this, because you're in a pretty tough section with Brett Hughes. But the other two teams in the section next door on the adjacent rink, and you've got Mason Lewis and Ann Johns in this section, who would have to be, on paper, the favourites to proceed.
Well, looking for a little slide there. Didn't quite get it.
You'll notice I didn't declare them favourites. I said they would have to be.
Yeah, assume them.
But because I'm not declaring anybody favourites or anybody a winner, because apparently that's a bit like being tarred with the stink of failure for me to declare you a favourite. It's the kiss of death, the harbinger of bad luck. Important to get close, because you could very well get through this section with 2 wins. So you want to protect your margin as well as try to win. I think Brett's going to... Well, that was a brave shot. He got the result, though.
Well, yeah. Look, he's got the scoreline to be able to do it at the moment. He's not going to give up too much if that had gone wrong. I'm a bit surprised that I haven't seen Dusty line up for a big shot. He's just got that... He's got an exuberant personality, and I think that it'd be within him to get it on, to get a shot like that going. But once again, playing a really simple...
Yeah, but kill this end. Brett's got the best back.
Oof.
Just going to miss. There'll be 2 more to the Chooks.
Barbara Green telling me, I asked if I followed rugby league, and we replied no, and now she's telling me to follow the Rabbits. I don't know.
Souths.
Took me a long time to figure out what a Rabbitoh was, actually. But good history behind that name anyway. All right.
Well, the Rabbitoh, in one sense, was a bit like the Milko. He was the man who would walk along the street with the rabbits, selling them for you to eat for your dinner.
Milko?
Milkman.
Righto, there you go. Shot there by Ange. Gee, she's leading well.
I'm not sure that's how the Rabbitohs got their name, but...
I think that's how it was described to me as well. Some dude walking around the streets with a bunch of dead rabbits. Okay, not happy with that. No, she didn't take the grass. Points out to the side. Just like a Collingwood supporter there, Crab. You're right. Now you've got me thinking of gun turrets. Every time she's lining up now, I think Mount 51, engage. Shoot. Just running through there, but like I said, she's led really well. She's the player of the game at the moment for my mind. Ange, Brett's having a good game, but she's setting it up so beautifully.
Brett's played one of the bowls of the game with the conversion, but look, I think our game is set up for the skippers to take all the glory and the leads to do all the work.
Yeah, you're not wrong. We'll just claim that anyway. I'm usually playing the front end, so it's...
Well, it's the leads who basically do all the the hard work of setting up the head, laying the foundations.
So it's an allegory for society. Is that what you're saying? It's a there's a bunch of people at the front get no glory but do all the work, and the and the back end leaders that take all the glory. Yeah.
Well, the skips get to play the last bowl that turns one out to make a 3 or a 4 or a 5, and it's isn't that a great bowl? It's set it up, but they've got the glory. They've played the glory shot, but without the lead putting the 3 or 4 bowls in there to start with,
the shots aren't
it's not happening.
Right on K there, just running around the back and sitting in a really good spot for Dusty. Look, it's open, but the draw there now for both skippers.
It's a bit like the bowls events. We do praise those who are in the limelight with the action, but behind the scenes there are that many people all doing the important bits, all the little cogs moving behind the people who are, even just the simple things like updating the scores online for us, putting the water bottles out for the players.
Volunteers. Our games, most sports run on volunteers. Volunteerism in Australia is dropping, and it's not something that we're seeing necessarily at the same rate in lawn bowls. We seem to have passionate people and passionate supporters and passionate club people in our game, and I can't tell you how much we appreciate the volunteers and all the work they do forever. They're magnificent. Well done, Cyril. Just using Angela's bowl on the left there and dropping in. We're waiting on a response now from Dusty, who is a good bowler. Who's just got to find his range.
I mean, I'm lucky enough to have been paid to do this.
Yep.
Probably not enough, but, nobody's ever paid enough. But I'm well aware that my task in getting things organised and all the work done in the background would be made considerably more difficult and massive without the effort of a lot of people involved who aren't remunerated.
It's a good word, remunerated. You're right. They love it too. I think of Rusty here at the moment. It's the one I keep going back to. Does a world of work. Did all Kay Moran's task last week while she was sick. Not paid a cent.
And I think back a few years ago, somebody had a little crack at one of our former chairmen of the match committees, Michael Harvey, had an event. He said, you're getting your expenses and everything for this. And I turned around and said to the person, it's costing him money to be here.
Here we go. This is the shot from Dusty that I was expecting. It's a little strong. Oh, ran a bit wide. That was the right weight to run it through.
And they turned around and said to me, how do you work that out? And I said, well, Hoover's normally running his own business and he's paying someone else to do that at the moment while he's here looking after you. I said, and he's getting a grand total of, well, we've paid his accommodation and we might feed him, but he's still having a drink and doing something else while he's here. We don't pay for that.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Anyway, lots of volunteers. All our committees are volunteers, and we can't thank you enough. So, with your permission, Mr. Lynn, I'm going to run upstairs and try to find another commentator.
That would be good.
I just saw someone sitting up there. I'll see if I can grab them. Won't be a second.
Grab them gently. Well, it's another good start from Angela. it appears that the men and the women's uniform from we wore is very similar, but just a slightly different combination of the colours. Angela once again playing good bowls. Couple there, just in behind. Kay looks to be on a great line with this one though. Just needs to complete this journey. It'll be good enough for shot, we think. Because we are watching on the Bowls New South Wales Facebook page. Don't forget to hit like. You can like Bowls New South Wales. You can choose to get notifications as well, so that when we go live, you'll get a little icon on your mobile device, or you'll be told you won't miss any of the action. And you'll also know, if you prefer to watch through the YouTube, that you'll be able to jump onto YouTube to put that on your smart TV. Just a reminder too, we may post the link to YouTube on our comments, but please don't click on any links that aren't from our genuine account. Be aware of those cloning, trying to scam. If anyone asking you to pay for a stream, it's definitely not us. We don't do that. Brett, he'll play the backhand. Couple of chances here. Can get a little touch and make a 3. Fancies one down. He's on a great line for that jack. Just going to fade past. May have been just a little on the heavy side for that shot. Dusty. Well, he can get up and over Kay's bowl or come around and cover. Certainly needs to play this with confidence. Just going to slide underneath. May have made a little guide for Brett. And Brett's just going to be a little energetic again. Got a nice wide line on this one. Needs to just keep running. Oh, he's left it a little short. They've made his next one a bit harder too. Still a chance for Brett. Drawing on that backhand side. Knowing that he can afford to just get a little touch of that jack straight down the line. Wants the jack. Well, he's just cold drawn it. Well, Dustyn's got the best one right at the back. He's got the tee well and truly. Wants the bowl clean. Doesn't want a little touch on the jack. He's got 5-1 against in the metre behind. So a little touch of that jack is not good, but can go big. A kill is good, or jack in the ditch is good. The kill is fantastic. Jack comes back to the tee and he's got that covered. Oh, he's just going to leave that one out on the wide line. One more to Angela and Brett. So 11 ends completed. A reminder, we do have a 2 hours and 15 minutes time limit. We've played just under 1 hour and 15 so far. And we've completed 11 ends in that 1 hour 15. So we have an hour to go to finish another 7. So we're running just under 7 minutes per end. At 7 minutes per end, we would go for 126 minutes, which is, of course, 2 hours and 6 minutes. And we're going just under that time, so we should be done in just on the 2 hour mark. Because we can't grab Kay.
Yeah, can't grab Kay. She's playing. I went and looked for Rusty, who was up there, but she's umpiring at the moment. That's another hat she's wearing, she said. And then I ran inside to find Lee Stinson, but I don't know where he's gone. And Pam won't come down, so we do our best. We just have to listen to our voices for a little bit more. We're getting paid in pastries. Pam Maddock. Yeah, well, there. Yes.
Something I don't need to be done, though.
Yeah, I know, but good. Not getting enough of them though. Carmen, let's sort that. I might just ask her to show me how to make them.
Did remind that we're on a 2 hour 15 minute time limit.
Oh, yep.
And we're up to 1 hour 17 and almost a half.
Yeah,
halfway through the 11th end. So we're going just under 7 minutes per end. And at 7 minutes would be 2 hours and 6 minutes. So we're probably on track to finish in just about the 2 hour mark. It'll be a pretty quick turnaround from game 1 to game 2.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That's what I'm looking at the moment.
And there will be a break of at least 30 minutes after game 2. Allow the players to have a little reset, refreshment, bite to eat. And we do think we'll get underway.
Here it comes. He's bellied it and ran with it. Well done, Dusty.
Well, our program says 2 o'clock for round 3. Maybe just a few minutes after that. We don't want to go too much after that because around 4:30 it's starting to get a little dull with the light. Sun will be sinking behind that wonderful escarpment. It's light till about 4:45-ish. The light starts to dip here at the moment. Okay, on our small green and the adjacent, some brilliant LEDs on these two. But, the other green not lit.
Just waiting for Dusty to get down to Brett. Oh, and fell over. I'm not sure. It's up and down. Okay, saying. Mine are asking for the score in the rink next door. I can't quite see it on my screen here, mate, but it'll be going around the...
23-10 to Wanganeen
right
after
there.
13 ends.
You can see it now. But yeah, that ticker down the bottom right-hand side will give you all the scores, including that one as it comes around. But the one thing I did notice as I was running around looking for someone else's voice to come down here was it's really warm out there, mate. Really warm.
Wants a little assistance. Well, I don't know if that's fallen in.
Oh,
he is there.
2.
Conceded.
Needs it. 7 ends to go.
One thing I've noticed, Kay's shirt and Dustyn's shirt, they're very similar in design, but different colours. Do you think the ladies and men's club from Wee Waa have the same colours, just different locations? Much brighter yellow.
Yeah, different shirts. It's the chevrons on the men's shirt look really very different to the more classical design of the ladies there. There's 3 up to Wee Waa. I'm not sure. It'd be interesting. Someone from Wee Waa may be able to tell us.
Yeah, they are a different design. Now looking at them.
Just running through the Facebook page, there's not much there.
And of course, we're not worried about the men's and the ladies' shirts being different, and we're not worried about the leads and the skip shirt being different in this because they are from different clubs, some of the teams. And it's one of the 2 competitions that's conducted by Bowls New South Wales. You can play with someone from different clubs, the mixed pairs and the rookies.
And you'll see next door the 2 Lithgow shirts, the crosstown rivals, but the married couple next door.
Oh, you can't have that. We hate that other club when you're married to someone who plays there, can you?
I don't know, man.
No, look, I don't. One thing I found in this local area, I don't actually hate any other club. I like to beat them, but don't like to get beaten by them. But we've got some great mates at all the other clubs, and I think that's the case all around. There's 2 clubs in the town. You really don't want to get beaten by the other club in the town. I know that much.
Yeah, look, Husky and St George's Basin are a bit the same. Red versus blue. We had good mates at both clubs. Obviously, play at Huskisson, but yeah, we.
Look, the old Huntley and Siddo's rivalry was legendary.
Well, that's pretty loose.
But unfortunately, the Huntley club no longer with us, and quite a few of the members did come over to Siddo's, and they're my teammates now.
There you go.
Except on Wednesday, where we're going to get Rhino. Well, I'm going to try anyway.
I like the rivalries, but I think from a club administration point of view, it's good for bowls clubs to generally work together. Enemies on the green, but not off it.
And look, you heard Matty Miles say that the greenkeepers, all the clubs around here, they actually they talk to each other all the time. They help each other out.
Yep.
And it's common where there's a major renovation going on that you'll actually have the greenkeepers from all the neighbouring clubs will turn up and they'll be all helping each other out.
Yeah, we found that certainly a bit down the Shoalhaven. There's only one bloke down there that won't help or won't and doesn't like other greenkeepers on his greens. But I'm actually not going to throw the name out, or the club. But yeah, everyone else gets together and looks after each other pretty well. Wee Waa Bowling Club's a good-looking club. Looks like one synthetic and one grass. In the country town out there. Near the Wee Waa Lagoon. There's another one to add to my list there, Andrew.
Tell you what, it's a good-looking lawn across the road from it too.
So the photo on Google Maps says the greenkeeper running there on his roller in front of the club. It's a bit classic, actually, that club. It's what you'd imagine when you think of a bowls club. Look at this by Dusty running around that hand. He's starting to dial it in. Just hope it's not too late for him. They picked up a big multiple last end. 11 shots in it, 6 ends to go. NBC Sports have had the better of this so far, Brett and Ange. Carmen's promised us more pastries, Andrew, but not till next week.
Oh.
She's actually got. I do know she got an order from this, I think it was Kay. You can confirm that for me, Carmen. Absolutely lovely person, Carmen. One of my favourite people that we see on these. We do tend to see the same people sometimes in these tournaments, and Carmen's one of the best.
I see the surname Plaza, and I can't help but think of Martin Plaza, who is which band?
I don't know. I know that Aubrey Plaza's a really famous.
Martin Plaza is one of the members of Mental as Anything.
Is he?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I believe you. I'm just going to look it up. Yep.
I think he wrote Concrete and Clay.
His real name is Martin Murphy. We've just found out. There you go.
There you go. He's
Wikipedia.
probably not related to Carmen then.
In that case, but Cyril has moved Jack just a little, probably enough to take it away, and sat in between Kay's bowl there. So, what would you play here, Andrew?
Look, in Dustyn's case, probably better off to play just over the draw on the forehand side, in underneath Kay, up and over your own, or if you're a bit narrow, but if you're right on track, you get Cyril right in the middle.
He's very narrow. But
probably a better question is, what would I try to play?
Shot Brett Hughes there from May. Yep, agreed. He's played that almost perfectly. And if I were him now, my shot would be down between Dusty's bowls on the front right-hand side there. It's just a dead draw. Very little risk.
Oh, he's not even going to do that. He's just going to take the one. Don't need to be too aggressive there.
Yeah, score difference may come into it, though, so he may regret that. I'd have played it, I think.
Yeah, score difference doesn't matter if you lose 3 games.
Yeah, well, there's that too.
Don't let your opponents back in.
So there's
somebody did say, what would you play here? I said, I'd probably be about 10 feet of weight through there and rip out my own 3 bowls. Why would you try to do that? I didn't say try.
Try.
Apparently for a period of about 2 years, every 8 years, I play really good bowls.
Nice. Now I'll just answer May here. May, I'll just point you to the ticket in the bottom right. They'll get around. That's the information I'm using as well to give you the score updates.
And Moz and Ann are running away with that game next door.
Yeah, 24-10 next door. That's what I mean about score difference. They've got a pretty big one there. They've got it comes down to a 2-all at the end of the section. And that score difference is going to mean the difference between a final and not. Tim Twining, mate, good to see you there. I'm assuming that was back in Raymond Terrace now, or back home.
Look, 3 one-shot wins beats 2 wins by 50 and a loss by 1.
Mm.
So the win is the ultimate importance. I think Brett there, he just realised that he could play a really good bowl and give shot away. And there was a little bit of danger, so took the went the chicken option, smart option.
Yeah, wise. It's just wisdom. So people asking what time the next game is televised. 11 o'clock as per the program is most likely. State mixed pairs between... It'll be Debbie Buckley and Tim Buckley from Wollongong, and Margaret Smith and Alan Joss from Ettalong.
We will be trying to get underway as close to 11 a.m. as possible. We're now at the 1.5 hours So we might be just a couple of minutes behind schedule at the moment. So I'm guessing we'll actually be underway at about 11:15. The players have been told they should finish their games, go and grab their cards and head straight back to the next rink. So we will have a short gap. We will terminate the broadcast and start a new one. There's a couple of reasons for doing that. One is so we don't end up having a 6-7 hour broadcast session.
Yeah.
The second one is
on Facebook now.
yeah, no, it doesn't. Well, Facebook doesn't like anything over about 4.5 hours. I think it is for on our broadcast. Might be 6, but we don't risk it. The other thing is we like to just break them up as discrete packages as each game, and that allows people who want to watch a particular game to go back and relive that moment.
And they do, and the players do for coaching and other purposes. It's there you go.
And you don't have to sit through 2.5 hours of Cyril if you want to watch. Who was it? Our next game?
Debbie Buckley and Tim Buckley and Margaret Smith and Alan Joss Adelong versus Wollongong.
Yeah, so if you're an Alan Joss fan, you don't have to sit through 2.25 hours of Brett Hughes.
Ms. Bull saying, "Come on, Lithgow and Wollongong." Kay disappointed with herself I had a quick chat to her as I ran out looking for a commentator. Says she's not playing a very good game. I don't think she's doing that badly. That's not a great example of how well she's gone. In this game, I think she should hold her head up high.
You got here.
You got here. Well, it's only the first round as well, but enough time to dial it in a bit and find that length and find that grass.
Well, the truth is Angela Platt has played a very good lead game, and Brett Hughes has played a couple of very good conversion shots as well. Don't want to praise him too much. He might expect me to do it often.
Yeah, Brett's having a great game, but he's, again, getting set up by his lead perfectly.
We say that as he drops 1.5 meters short.
I know, right? It's that curse once again.
Oh, that's a good effort from Dustyn. I think he's still one down, though. Does mean Brett needs to be a little cautious not to get a toucher. Angela did say one shot.
Well, maybe not anymore.
He's...
we'll see. No, he's going to fall short again.
He's not only short, he's just too narrow to do any damage. So it was a good bad bowl. Didn't do any damage.
A good miss, as we say. Oh, look, magic fingers. Dusty's got the really high, sits it up near his chest, or on his chest technique.
Yeah, look,
Yep, we've discussed this. Nausea was just interesting to see the different ways people do it. There's a new one on me, right up like this.
you can get the little bowls mate to a plastic disc with some concentric circles on it. You can hold it over, but unless you have it absolutely perfectly parallel to the ground, it's you're going to get parallax error. Oh, he's just pulled that one right across, so it'll be, I think it'll be 1 to NBC.
Yep.
Angela's got the jack, so the Chooks are just edging away. 4 remaining, 19 shots to 7. So we're now at the point where to draw, we can't drop any more shots and must score 3 and end. It's getting tough.
Yeah, it's tough, but yeah. Need to claw a few back.
I think that sun's just come out a little more strongly in the last few minutes as well.
Yeah, and the wind, I'm just looking at the flag there, the shadow of the flags on the top right of the screen, and maybe getting a bit breezy as well, but it is warm.
Well, my app did say up to 50 km/h gusts, which is not the sort of thing I want to hear if I'm playing bowls.
Definitely not in a fairly quick green either.
Great bowl from Kay.
Yeah, it looks like, just looking at the weather and the prediction, it looks like the wind is on its way. I think you spoke the other day, Andrew, about a thing you called the weather dome.
Yes.
I think that's a real thing. I'm just looking at the way the wind is predicted for the next few days here in Wollongong, as I'll just play on my little thing.
And that is just right around us.
It's windy as anything everywhere except in this one little spot in Wollongong. That's really bizarre.
There's a group I subscribe to on Facebook called Illawarra Storm Chasers.
Yeah, I know the ones.
And they're the ones who actually like it when the lightning's around, because they go out and take photos of it, and they chase. They'll chase right around the area, and up to about 300 or 400 kilometres they'll drive just to see the storms. They have a little thing that says the Illawarra Weather Dome has struck again. A few flashes off to wherever, and so it gets to the escarpment and then gone.
That's very strange. I've never seen anything like that in a prediction before. So I know that my uncle's down in Tasmania at the moment, was trying to get another game of bowls in today, but they're going to cop it over the next couple of days. There's weather warnings. They're predicting snow.
Whoa.
Down there, so he's excited. Being a West Australian, he's never seen snow before.
Don't have to be a West Australian and not see snow.
Oh, there you go. I'm lucky enough I've been around a bit, so I've seen it. But
I'd send it out of the plane window on a flight to Melbourne, and that was about it. Up until November last year. Well, I realise I might have actually driven through snow once, the odd speck. But snowing last November, just on the other side of the Blue Mountains on my way to Dubbo.
Well, there's Cyril just dropping one beautifully there. Look, Leeds have done well again. Ange has just got the better of it, and a bit of work here for Dusty. Now is it going to work around on Ange? It looks like it might, and sit there. Oh, geez, he'd be close to shot. That's beautiful, and Brett here will be able to have a good run at this if he chooses. I can tell you on Boxing Day one year, Andrew, I climbed Mount Kosciuszko, and at the bottom it was 32 degrees, and when we got to the top it was -2 degrees, and it was snowing. Well, there was snow everywhere, all over the ground on Boxing Day. The top of Mount Kosciuszko was pretty bizarre, actually. Almost a white Christmas.
Wow.
I think I'll do that with Gus when he gets up here. Dusty just running through a little. You're right. They are looking for the multiples. He's got one left, and that's the right kind of shot he needs to play. Probably the correct weight. Maybe a little heavy. Might push Jack a little too far. But, looking for multiples. He's got a pretty ideal situation there to get one.
Well, Brett wants the Dusty Allen bowl, but does not want the Jack. Doesn't want to kick it closer.
Oof.
Give him another one in there.
Yeah, he still needs... Oh. Yeah, look... Got to keep that math up in your brain. He needs a multiple. He needs to kick Jack back to the 3 of K's bowls there. Just drawing a second one I don't think's necessarily what they need. Just cutting through.
Oh, it is one to Northmead.
One to Northmead. Oh, I thought Brett had that.
No, the front one got it.
Yeah, in that case I would have been running through. It's pretty hard, I think. Even the kill puts it back on the tee near, and I think K was closest, so... yeah.
oxygen-starved brain.
Oh, we are down here in the little little dugout down the bottom. People are surprised this exists.
And once again, Angela, opening bowl, very good. Well, if you're in the Illawarra area on Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning, Monday next week, Tuesday, jump down to Warilla Bowls. I'll try and take the second layer off that one.
Try that one. Yep, that's the one for the Test series.
I've got it right now. Test series at Warilla, 4th to 6th of August.
At New South Wales versus Victoria, we've got it's a 5-test series. Game in the we'll be streaming a game on Friday afternoon, a game
About 2 o'clock.
yeah, and Friday night starting at 6 o'clock or 6:30.
6:30.
Yeah, and we'll have which is a bit of prime time bowls. The club's all primed, ready to go. Bring it on down. Make sure you get your devices ready to, if you're going to watch the football as well, put it on. And then we're Saturday for the rest of the games, and then I think it's Monday, Tuesday for the seniors as well.
Monday and Tuesday, 2 tests, 1 test. So 2 Friday, 2 Saturday, 1 Sunday morning.
And go get my cattle prod out and get Brett out of the way. He's lifted his hat to say thanks for the cover. Oh, big shot here by Kay. Looking for the edge. Has cleaned it out beautifully, but sadly, oh my goodness, could not be more unlucky. Oh wow. Just put Jack straight back to Ange in almost the same position as it was before in the front. So, a real shame there.
Yeah, that Jack comes straight back down the line of metre, but it's just kicked sideways and dribbled onto the other Angela Platt bowl. Not only that, Kay's got the edge of that bowl and ran across out of bounds. Haven't really been able to take a trick this game, the Wee pair.
No, they're not really getting much of the luck or the rub of the green at the moment. But take nothing away from NBC. They're both Brett and Angie are playing exceptional bowls. Angie's playing a beautiful draw, and Brett's just he's
sitting back in the armchair.
Exactly, he's getting an easy run.
Well, Dustyn, he's not quite from the Miyagi set-up school, but he's not far off.
He doesn't take any time. That's the thing. He's quick on the mat, and I don't hate that. Like I said, some of the best players in the world just do that. They just walk on, step off. That's I'm thinking of players like Aaron Wilson, Disco.
Ryan Bester.
Ryan Bester are the absolute proponents.
Oh, well, he's consistent. No, he's going to go run through.
Yeah, he ran through, but look, that's a second shot.
You see, Dusty just gets that left foot up in the air.
Phil Means asking if we're asking for jobs as weather reporters, mate. Like sailors, bowlers talk about weather a lot. We're out in a fair bit, and the amount it affects our bowls, as you'd know. So yeah, maybe I could start pointing at a weather screen. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
No, I'm not that pretty. Paul Hughes saying, Brett always got an easy run. Yeah, he picks his partners well.
Well, he's drawn 2 good bowls, though. Little toucher there, holding 3. Oh, do you own the... You own the spot? No, you don't. It's a fly.
I can hear a blowfly flying around in my headphones more than I could hear it in real life. That's interesting. First rule of bowls is to pick a good partner, Phil Means says. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Well, that's where the albatross has gone wrong.
Anything I know about, well, I've seen a lot of albatrosses, but the only albatross gag I can think of comes from Monty Python. Does it have wafers with it? Here, looking for Dusty, looking to drop around now. I think he's short.
Are you calling off the wrong screen again?
Oh, yeah, I did too. Sorry, mate. This is the first time I've done that today. I'm watching the Facebook comments and look to the left. So 3 to NBC Sports.
Oh, I think it's 24-7 after 16, 2 to go. Game is effectively over. I'll just poke camera 1 right up to the other end and double check that.
So up and back as it stands, and yeah, look, we were now just looking to rescue as much as possible their score difference, their for and against. Look at just a disappointment on Dusty's face there. I hope it doesn't not too demoralising. Like I said, these are good people. I'd hate to see them disappointed with their efforts. They will be enjoying as everyone else here has the comforts of Figgy Sports. I did ask Paul to come down. He said he would, but I think we'll miss him this time. He might jump on the next broadcast just to have a chat about the club.
Yeah, they've done some really good things over the last few years. They've added the al fresco dining area and bar. This area up here, right along the edge of this green.
There's Sean, look. Yeah. So all the TVs along the back there, and a raised area even at the end and a lot of functions get booked out there. There's been a couple of functions booked there since we've been here actually over the last couple of weeks.
Very popular over a Friday afternoon with the families as well.
It's just watching the little delay now, and saw Sean sitting there watching his green intently actually.
Children's playground, and we'll sweep down.
That little playground there is amazing, by the way, the little thingy, but
greenkeeper Sean.
There it is.
Keeping an eye on things. Right up to the bar at the end there. Up to the main club. Go back to Angela's delivery.
Yeah, look, Kay's got the better of this one as well. And again, hasn't played poorly, just getting beaten by someone on the top of a game at the moment in the Ange. Game's all over next door. The Lithgow pair have gone down to Anne Johns, who, look, to say she's been here before isn't, I think,
several times,
understating it.
She's been on this green a couple of times. Yeah. You get to the pointy end, you get to play on these rinks.
Karen McKay asking, good morning, how the other game's going.
Karen McKay, that
Karen
one.
Mackay, sorry. The scoreboards should be ticking over.
They should be.
We'll just get the layers back up and
I don't know why they disappeared.
Yeah.
I might have pressed the wrong button.
So as they go round and round in the bottom right, there's some close ones there. That's St John's and Tarrant Point. The axe is very close, 14 all. Talara against Wenty Leagues there. There's some loving the amount of bowling clubs I've never even heard of that are down here that I'm really enjoying seeing.
Brett attacking.
And attacking beautifully, by the way.
Hasn't had to play many bowls, but he's played a couple of good ones.
Yeah, first round, there's some real blowouts and some real close games going on down there too. Just looking around the scores now. Well, the Axe has just gone up one. Talara winning leagues. Yeah, some really good games, and it's going to be an interesting little series we've got over the next 2 days. Brett going from a heavy shot and just dropping right on Jack that's hard to do. He's done it very, very well. Yeah, Paul, you're welcome for the live stream, mate. We love bringing it to you. We love being here. We love being able to do these things. Bring bowls to the masses. Look at Dusty's shot here. Well, that's spectacular. That's the shot I think he's been looking to play the whole game, and maybe just finding it a bit now. May have 3 even as we watch the replay. It bends around beautifully. None of the wobble we've seen previously. Belly's Jack, and yeah, probably 3 shots, I'd say. And Brett just looking to cut that down, but I think he's just run through the gap.
So we do thank our event partners for the 2022-23 New South Wales State Championship Finals. Destination Wollongong, Wollongong City Council, Victory Sports, Trotchy Park Bowls and Recreation Club, Wiseman Park, Wollongong City, and of course the TAB. And a reminder, we will cut from our broadcast straight after the completion of the next end. But we will be back with a very small delay. We'll be back with a new broadcast of round 2 of the state mixed pairs here from Fig Tree Sports. 1 end to go in this comp. I think they've just declared 3, looking at whether or not to measure for 4. Yeah, stop looking at it, just measure it.
So may as well.
Quicker just to chuck the tape on and go around. Remove all doubt.
Oops. 3 it is. So double figures now for the We War team. 14 shots down, 1 end to go. They can't win, but they can fight for another multiple and get their for and against a bit better.
Can't tell you the final score on the next board because it's been zeroed.
It'll show up on the bottom right of the screen shortly.
It's funny, you know, we're all taught when we start playing bowls, be nice to the next people who are going to play on that rink, and the right thing to do is to zero the board at the end of the game. Yet when we come to state champs, we don't want you to zero the board. We want you to leave it there so we can see it. But that's okay. Do see plenty of times in one-off games where the margin decides the winners, where with 2 ends to go, the ones leading big they'll turn it over because they don't want people to know what they're chasing.
Which is beautiful and cheeky.
Did have a state championships. It was 24 all. We're watching, see who won. Measured, didn't signal. The marker turned around to change the board. Went, you beauty, we're going to know. Flipped them both back to 0.
Oh, that's cheeky.
Then went off to go to the loo and do whatever else before he came back in. We're down to our last end here in the mixed pairs from Fig Tree Sports. And don't forget, Destination Wollongong, our wonderful supporters. What a great area to visit for your next holiday. Plenty of accommodation, plenty of interesting things to see and do, and some nice foodie destinations around the area as well. Jump on their website, visit wollongong.com.au to find out all about what you can do, where you can stay. You might just want to visit the iconic North Wollongong Beach. The Continental Bars there.
Yeah, it's pretty close to where I'm currently staying. A little hotel room there. And we'll just go and grab a soft serve ice cream and sit around the lighthouse. It's a famous thing to do. All the Instagrammers like to go there and take their photos.
Yeah, there's actually 2 lighthouses there in Wollongong. There's the one on the headland, and one on the edge of the harbour. You might choose to come down the coast area, come over the iconic Seacliff Bridge, down along Lawrence Hargrave Drive. Plenty of nice spots to stop and have a look at the ocean views along there. Down in through Austinmere and Thirroul, then head down into through the northern suburbs towards Wollongong. Bit of industry too for those who are interested. You can do some tours of the steelworks. I think they do need to be pre-booked. Good bowl from Dustyn. Looks like these guys, they're going to finish fairly strongly.
Yeah, sometimes it can take a bit to get your nerves through. Yeah, much longer end.
So just a couple of bowls to come in this end.
See it, he's Dusty just crossing the head here. I think he's, well, either shot or second shot there. Ange is next. I do think he beats Cyril's white one.
3 bowls to come, in fact. It looks a little on the narrow side as well.
Yeah, that's white. We'll be widening up there. I don't know. It's held. Wowee.
Bowls might be quite a bit tighter than Dustyn's.
Yeah.
He might just deliver a little different.
Yeah, that's just beautiful by Brett Hughes.
Well, Dustyn, he can have a run at this. Needs to get the jack to the ditch. Can't afford to kill. Kill will just put it straight back on the spot it's come from.
Exactly right.
Whatever he does, Brett's got one last to answer him.
He's not weighty enough on that line. Might just bounce off Ange. No, he comes through the hole and run through.
Well, it's very similar to his previous bowl.
Yeah.
One last chance for Brett to add to the count. We'll just find out the score, and then we'll be bidding you adieu for now. But we will be back in around 15 to 25 minutes.
Yeah, and Brett heading all the way back as well, just leaving that alone. Two
shots, so we're done in just under 2 hours. There's 15 more minutes left for the time limit to expire. We hope to be back in that 15 minutes to half an hour at the worst. We'll look forward to your company again in just that short amount of time.
That's it. Thanks very much, mate. We'll see you soon.